Anyone, any doubts?
No.
Perfect. So, all right, perfect then. So now today we shall try to discuss about our virtual network. All right. So the things we know that now I targeted the things. This is what your virtual network looks like, and while breaking up your subnets. So why we are breaking up the subnets, you know very well, and what is the use case of your the subnets, and this is what the range, your size of the network you need to give with the kind of this range. It does not mean like only you should start with 10. You can also start with 192 or 172 or something like that, and you can give like this 24. That means you got to have your total size of the network would be what, 256, and you can try to go and give the things like your 128 here and 128 here. You can go and give it up like this, right? And accordingly you can break it up into your different subnet. So what would be here? Come on, give a try. What would be my the starting AP/X?
192.0.0.1.0, sorry. Yeah, 192.0.0.127.
X value?
Okay. 25.
20?
5.
Yeah. And what is my ending AP?
127.
Perfect. Cool. I started with 0. I have just written like this. And what would be here?
Yeah, it is start with 128. And end with 255.
X value?
/25.
Perfect.
25.
Exactly fine. And that is lost. It's going to end with 255. No matter the friend, what is the number, you need to fix like this. All right. These things will be fine. And these things will also be automated here. All right. I will try to show you. So these are the things we are going to discuss right away in our virtual network. So let me do here. And at this point of time, create your account. You can also create that. I will guide you first of all how to create your account. We were right away came into our hands-on. So in this time, everyone can go and do that, because by tomorrow you're going to have your assignments will be given to you. I'll be giving some assignments on your Friday's class, and every Friday is going to be your complete assignment, and I will guide you I will guide you how you can go and create your account. All right. So we are right away here. Let me click on this one. So this is what the page you are going to get. And what is the link to reach here is? It is portal.azure.com. I have dropped you the link, and you just click on the link, and you will be redirected to this page. All right. And just click on create one. And then what you need to give here is you need to give your own email ID here. I'm just giving some other kind of thing, and either you can use your, not only you need to use your Hotmail or the Microsoft Azure account, you can use any one of your email ID that all are supported right now. Right, once you're done with this, and then you click on next, and you just create a password, and then you click on next, and a verification code will be sent to you where you need to verify that the code here. Once you are done, then you will be asking for you to just go and proceed for next by step. And what are the steps you will be asking? Like, it is going to ask you like your personal details. Just fill it out the things, and the one thing, and it is going to be choosing a free trial subscription. Definitely is going to choose a free trial subscription. Just try to make sure it is choose your free trial. That is the one thing. And if you guys, for the rare case, if you guys have already been used Microsoft Azure and you want to create a new account, don't ever try to give any of your the existing one. So what you have used for your the existing account, right? Don't ever try to give any of the existing contents over here. So definitely it is not going to be worked out for you. All right. And the another one thing here is it will be asking for your credit card and debit card. So nowadays, first of all, only the credit cards are supported. Nowadays it has been changed, and nowadays the debit card also supported. Make sure, if whichever is convenient for you, you can give it up here. If you ask me, I would suggest you to go and give your debit card. All right, just try to give your debit card. If in case your debit card is not at all working, try to do with your 2 or 3 different debit cards with like a MasterCard or your Visa card. Try to change the stuff and see if it is working. That's obviously fine. If not, there is the only ways you need to go with your credit card. All right, just try with your debit card. If it is working, that's obviously fine. If not, definitely you need to go with your credit card for sure. All right, and they are going to charge you just 2 rupees to just check whether the card is working or not. That's it, and they will be returning out for you. All right, that's it. So this is like as easy like how you can just go out and create your Facebook account or kind of the stuff. It is so easy, but here you are just going to mention things, and if it is asking you like the PAN details, better you don't want to give that here. All right, yeah, clear.
Clear.
Perfect.
Yeah, it is just like
Yes.
creating a. To ask one more thing, like currently I have my MSDN account, so I can use the same.
If that is obviously fine, you can use that. That's obviously fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Just check it out here. If the things are working, you just try to use that one. If not, try to create a new one. It is your official account or
Yeah, it's an official account, and it is.
okay. All right, and just try to check with your subscription, which kind of subscription you got to have, and
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
and only with the kind of the subscription it is going to get worked. And anyone about to ask me something? Who was that? Okay, perfect. So now let me log into this account here. Yeah, here we are. And in order to do the things, you guys remember what are the steps? We need to create our research group. The first thing, we need to have your research group, and just check it out here. And you ask me Vishal, right? Just go for a subscription. Just check it out which subscription you got to have. Sometimes your email ID will be the official thing and it will be coming up here. Just check it out what kind of subscription you got to have. Only if you got to have a subscription, it is going to be get worked. If at all you don't have your subscription, definitely it is not going to allow you to go and spin up. Yeah. So now
This I checked it. I don't have any subscription, but I have already. I can log into the account, but I don't have any subscription. So I guess I need to.
just go for this hard subscription, and if in case it is saying like free to is applicable for you, just click it out and use this one. If it is not applicable, what you can do here is you just try to create a new account, but nothing should be matching. I mean, what are things you have given up here, right? Nothing should be matching, and if the things any one of the things is matching, they will identify like you're trying to create another one subscription. I mean another one account, and they will not. They will show you an error like it has been already created with you, so it will not allow you. So click on this add.
It's showing me. It's showing me this free trial after clicking add.
I didn't get you. Come again. It is showing you.
Click on the add button. Now I have two options like free trial and pay as you go.
Free trial is showing up for you or not? This one is not showing up.
Yes, showing up on free trial.
Showing or not? Showing, right?
Yes, it's showing for me.
Just click on select offer. That's it. For me, it is saying like you are not eligible for this offer. For you, can say like select the offer. Just go for your free trial. That means your 30 days. You have already created your account and you're gonna be having a free trial. Click on this one. That's obviously fine. All right. Cool. And yeah. And for you, Vishal, it is like the same. If you're saying like you're going to have a free trial, just use up that one. Perfect. And for some people, if they are using your official account, you are going to have your company name will be placed over here under your email ID. All right. So for you, some people under this one, you got to have your company name will be coming up here on the time. You are going to have a really limited kind of resources you can go and deploy it, because they're going to set you some kind of the permissions like only you are allowed to perform only the basic things. Rest of things will be blocked by default. All right, if it is showing you for here, and the next thing, you just try to create a new account with it, everything like a new one. All right, perfect. Now coming for my virtual network here. So in order to create a virtual network, what I need to do here is I just need to click on add here, or I can directly go and create my resource group, and I can spin up the things here, whichever is fine, I can do that. So for as of now, let me say like create a new one, and this time I would create a new resource group, and these are all my resource group I got to have. I'm just saying like I would place in my new resource group. That's it. And the name, let me say like 9 to 10 a.m. Azure. Perfect. And which region? It is asking you like what are the regions you got to have, and see here, these are all the regions you got to have. For me, I will select in my East US. All right, and the IP address, here we are, and you can see like here it is starting with 10.1.0.0.0/16. 16 in the sense you got to have your 65,536 address you got to have. All right, you can literally go and create your 65,000 devices you can place in here. All right, so let me say like I would go and say like, and either it can go till 8. It is like it needs to be go with 0, and if you go with 0, it is gonna be using up here. But what is coming up here is it is overlapping with my another one address space. That is the reason it does not allow me to do here. Let me choose some other region. Now if I come here, oh, okay, still it is messed up. Okay, so what I have already got to have another one virtual network which got to have the same address space. That's the reason it is not showing up for me. And see here, these are the address space what you can use it up here. That means an address space 10.0.0/8 until 8 you can use it up here, and it is saying like you can use the address. Once again, let me say like this is what my new vnet or virtual network with overlapping address cannot be peer if you intend. Okay, okay, so it is just saying like yeah, cool, I will talk about the peering, no issues. So what was that here is you can see like you can go till 8. That means see here how many address range you can have. You can literally handle a huge number of things you can do it up here. All right, and the next thing here is you can't go less than 8, I guess. Oh, it is going, oh, less than 8 I'm saying. 7 it's going, that's fine. And see here you can have up to the thing, and you can go till 6. Yeah, for 6 it is not gonna be allowing here. Until 7 you can go here. That means how many devices you can place it up here, and see here 33554432 devices you can place it up here in this one virtual network. And again, in this one you can create multiple subnets here. So what it is trying to show you here is here there is one thing called as virtual network peering. All right, there is something called as virtual network peering, and that can't be done over here. That is what a notification is saying here. And see here, this overlap with address space of a virtual network virtual network overlapping address space cannot be peered. All right, this is what I want. I will talk about what is meant by peering, and I will let you know on the time what is exactly peering and why it is showing you some error. All right, for me, as of now, I will say like I will go with my East US as well, and this one, let me say like 24. All right, that means how many devices you are gonna place. You're gonna place, see here, if you write over here has been automatically identified and give it out to you 256. So on the time, how many subnets you want to have. Let me say like this time I will give you one task for you. I wanted to have 4 subnets. 4 subnets. In order to have a 4 subnets, how many things you can set it up here? That means I will say like 4. I want to have my 4 subnets. So what are things I can give it up here? And my size is 256. How I can do that? What is the size here, here, and here? Just give me
64, 64, and 64.
perfect 64, 64, and 64,
64,
and
64.
perfect. So let me say like this is what my starting IP with 10.0.0.0, and this time for some reasons I will make it as 1. Cool, let it be like this. Yeah, so if it is 1 coming up here, what's going to happen here is it is saying like first of all it is going to fill up what this one 10.0.0 is from 0 to 2 to it is filled up, and next it is starting with 1, and again it is going to with 0 to 255, and again the 1 will be coming up here. Likewise it will be growing. So for here I'm just okay, let me say like 192.0.0.0 slash 24. Perfect. So I'm just giving up like this, the same thing what we have given up. All right, so now 192.0.0.0 slash what will be here. What was my the X value? What is it? 26. What I said here, this is what your size of network is 256. For 256 we know that is 24. And if it is one step going down, that is 128, your one step will be increasing. And now from 128 we are just going one step down. So our thing would be increasing it to 1. This is what X value. So whenever your size of network is decreasing, your X value would be increasing. You guys remember?
Yeah, got it.
So now it came up to 26. So it will be like what? 63. All right. So now let me go and do it up here. I'm just saying like I will just give a name sub1 and the address space. What is that? 192. 192.0 slash what? 26. And just give 26. That's
26.
exactly. If you give 26 and what is coming up here, you don't need to go and calculate the things here. It is obviously given you the things for your easy understanding. You don't need to go and calculate the things and break it up the thing. It will give you the things here. That is from 192 to 63. It has been blocked. All right. And what is the reserved? 59 plus 5 are reserved. That is only 59 things you can use it up. All right. Only 59 IP address you can use and 5 are Azure reserved. Had I explained you about this one? Just 5 things. It would be not. So let me say like
No.
cool. No issues. I will let you know this time. So there are 2 things you need to understand. In all the networking, what you're going to have here is your first and last. That means if it is starting with 190.0.0.0 and it is ending with 190.0.0.0 255, for example, in this case, your first and last are reserved. Likewise, it is not exactly I'm saying like 192. It might be with 10 dot, or it might be with what 172 dot, or it might be with 192 or as well. It can be with 128 as well. It can be starting with 128 here, for example, and for this one, it is your this one, like for 255. For this range, for each subnet, your first IP and last IP are reserved. In networking as well, what comes into picture here is the second one, that is your 129 for me and 130 for me and 131 for me, and my last thing are reserved. That means first 1 2 3 4 and last one are reserved. The first 4 are reserved and last one are reserved. Each subnet. For each subnet,
Chris, it's a 131 or it's a 134?
I'm sorry, it is my mistake. It's a
Yeah,
typo.
no, actually, I was just.
I'm sorry, it's a typo error.
Okay, in
Yeah, go ahead. No one? Okay. So it is 128, 129, 30, 31, and 255. Likewise, for it is starting with 0, it will be 0, 1, 2, 3, and at last your 127.4 here. Likewise, it is going to be changing. All right. So everything in your networking, your first IP, that is your what? Loopback IP. All right. First IP is reserved, and your last IP is your broadcast IP. Your first and last are always going to be reserved, right? In any network, wherever you see, and first and last are reserved. And like here in Azure, they are reserving you another 3 things for some additional reasons. That is this one, and this one. All right, these 3 things they are blocking. All right, that is what you need to understand. That is what is coming up to picture every time. You're just breaking up into one sub.
But why, Chris? Why only first 4 and the last one? Not the middle IPs.
It is like the procedure. What they have built it up here. They have reserved the things like this. The first and last is always going to be reserved in everywhere in the networking, and they are reserving another 3 things for sure. I will give you sure reserved IPs in subnets. And this, we are all working with our private IP. And see here, allocation method, where it is. It's not coming. Virtual. Yeah, in subnet. One sec. Yeah. Yes, Azure reserves 5 IP address. See here. Yeah. See here. These are all starting with that is 0 to 3, the last and the last of the subnet. All right. And it is starting with 0, 1, 2, and 3 on the last subnet. Why here is the first thing 0 is for your network address and reserved by Azure for default gateway, and 2 and 3 reserved by Azure to map your Azure DNS IP and vnet space, and the last is what your network or broadcast IP. All right, we can select your network or the broadcast IP. All right, I will just copy it.
Okay.
So this is why the things are blocked. Got it? Just think like it is why it came like X zeros. We can spin it up like 192 or 10 or something. Got it? So by default, it is all thing here. Yeah.
Thanks.
So now that is what here it is coming up here. You can see like that is what the 5 are reserved. So now talking about here, this one we got a happy 59 and it has been automatically generated the thing like 63. And the next thing what you need to do here is you just click on here, and if I just add another one subnet with name subnet 2, and this time if I'm just giving out the same name here, all right, /26, what it's gonna do here is see here the subnet address space prefix overlaps with the thing. Why it is overlapping? Here it is overlapping. The same thing I can't give it up twice. Right. The same thing I can't give it up twice because it has been already given for some devices. So next thing here is I need to use 64. Even I'm just using 63, it will try to overlap with this address space. Definitely I need to use with 64. And then I can use what? 26. And see here, again it's coming up here. I can also use my 25 as well. 25, okay, the address space, which is not gonna allow me. Like I can go like 27. If I want to go for 27, that is 32 address, I can do that. Or if I say like I would go with 22nd and 26, I can leave as it is. It does not mean like I need to fill up the thing. And what it is coming, if you type over here, it is ending with 127. Right, it's ending with 190.0.127. And what's gonna happen here is in this time you can again have another one subnet to 255, right? But if I say like I don't want to have it here, you can also like you should need to fill all your the address space with subnet. It is not at all mean like that. Got it? You can leave as it is and you can go to the next step. So I'm just going for the next step here. While going for the next step, what is coming up here is the security. the security, there is something called as bastion host. All right, and definitely I will try to talk about when it comes. If I enable this one bastion subnet will be created and one public IP will be created for here. As of now, I'm not going to do that. And the next thing, you got to have your DDoS protection. What do you mean by DDoS? Any idea, anyone?
No, Chris.
Cool. Let me say like, this is what your web server, for example, let us say. And here you got to have your few devices. These are all connected to the internet. All right, you got to have a few devices that are all connected to your internet. And what you're saying, like, there is some hackers, they are available in the world. All right, what the hackers will do here is, let me say like, this is what your hacker, for example. The hackers, what they will try to do here is, DDoS stands for denial of service. Denial of service, that is what your the DDoS. That means what gonna happen here is, this is what your web server, for example, some web application. Let me say like for Flipkart, this is what your flipkart.com. Right, this is what your web application you got to have. In order to access in this Flipkart, this hacker will try to contact this one. All right, if he wants to crash this website, what he can do here is, with the help of, because everything is kind of over the internet, right? So what this guy will do here is, he will try to, from his machine, he will try to access all the machine. I mean, not all, like the 80% of machine. And what he will try to do here is, he will send a millions and billions of requests per second to this Flipkart web server. So what's gonna do here, if in case you're receiving your millions and billions of requests all at a time, do you think that is in seconds, not in minutes, in seconds you're getting your millions and billions of requests all at a time? Do you think your server can go and handle up all the stuffs? Even though you got to
No.
have your auto scaling or whatever happening,
No.
definitely it can't go and handle up. It might be definitely right. Some hackers will do it for deliberately, or for some use cases, whatever. That depends completely upon the hacker. So what's gonna do here is, he got to have a complete access. So he is trying to get denial of service. That means whenever someone is, if he's sending your millions and billions of requests all at a time, that means whenever, this is what you, all right, this is what you, and you are trying to access your the Flipkart website, you are going to get your denial of service. That means it does not respond to you. That is what they deny. Your Flipkart server will not be responding for you. On this time, what you can have here is, this is what your DDoS comes into picture, the Ddos Production. All right, while you're enabling this one, what's going to happen here is, it is going to protect you at top of this layer. All right, so whenever there is an attack comes into picture, it will try to analyze that. It is so called as your DDoS. So it will protect you from this level. So whenever the hacker tries to send, if in case you have millions of billions of requests coming up, I feel like, okay, it might be the DDoS attack, so it should not be happening, and it will try to pocket up the things right away from the top of this layer. So what's going to happen at this time? So whenever someone is trying to hit your the things, it will protect you at the top of this thing, and your web server will not be getting affected. That means the rest of the people who are all want to access here, they are all can go and access it and get the things done. If someone hacker is trying to do here, he is gonna block at this point, and there would be no denial of service will be occurred for your rest of the user. That is what it's doing up here. By default, it is saying like a basic protection. This is called as a standard. There is some kind of SKU to have something called as SKU, that is called as a stock keeping unit. So here you got to have two different kind of the variants, whether you can choose your basic or standard. And for here, it is asking me to choose a standard, but standard is going to charge me, where I can go and say like, if I want to say like, I'm increased of attacks, I want to protect it in a very high, I can go and purchase some Ddos Production plan, I can paste out here. So I will be having a higher level of safety. By default, if even though I'm disabling up here, I got to have a basic Ddos Production will be given to me. One basic Ddos Production will be given to me, where I got to have a basic production will be given for me. Right, that is what the idea about the Ddos production. All right, and the next thing, talking about the firewall. Yeah, let me know if you got to have any queries in your Ddos.
So,
No.
Chris, it is a part of the package and it won't include any extra charge element to ask.
Even though you're disabling here, what's going to happen here is a basic Ddos production will be given to you, and it is not going to be chargeable for you. By default, it is going to comes with basic. Basic Ddos production is going to be enabled by default in Azure.
Okay.
Got it, everyone?
Yeah.
Perfect. Cool then. So yeah, this is all about your Ddos. And I will try to show you, even though I'm disabled here, I will try to show you where I was about to go. I'm talking about the firewall. So what does the firewall mean? What do you mean by firewall? No one?
Systems authentic this mechanism to stop unwanted traffic, limit traffic,
Exactly.
unsecure.
Exactly. You want to deny some whatever, you can use this file. It is like used for an additional layer of security for your application. So if I say like if I enable this one, I can go ahead and give a firewall name, and I can associate to which subnet. As I got to have my different subnet I have got to have, right? And if I want to place it in my different subnet, I can go ahead and give it up here. And this one should be used for your, what are the things you are just going to place in your this web server that is the publicly accessible, right? You're going to use your the first subnet that is completely going to use for your public. So on the time the firewall can be used. There is no use of adding this firewall to your private subnet, because you know what, the private is already secured by default. You don't need to do any kind of things here. So for what you need to protect here, you want to protect your public subnet. All right, so where you're going to place your web server is going to be your public subnet. So on the time, let me say like you're going to place your first subnet, just give your first subnet space and your firewall name, and you need to purchase one public AP. So what's going to happen here is, whenever you're just going to work with your firewall, definitely you need to have your public static AP. What do I mean by public static? It is never going to get changed. And see here, if I just create a new one, it is grayed out for me. And this is what the SKU I was about to talk. SKU stands for your stock keeping unit that is available in your basic and standard. There is a variance you can choose. All right. And here, what is coming up here, the assignment that is called as your dynamic and static. Dynamic in the sense it will be keep on changing, and static is doesn't going to change. That means definitely whenever you're choosing your firewall, you need to choose your static AP. Why? Because here is, if you have choose your static AP and you're associating to this subnet, that means whenever you're hitting up your public AP, it is going to be related to this subnet. If in case it is keep on modifying, so it is not at all going to be make sense. So that's the reason it always going to be your public static AP will be coming for you on your firewall. Got it? So as of now, I'm going to disable this one. I'm talking about the tags. And what exactly tags is going to do here is I can just literally give some name. I'm just saying like my vnet 9 a.m. I'm just saying like this. So what's going to happen here is, if I just review and create it, see here, I have just given a name here. That's it. And going for this one, I have given a name like this, and the IP address here, and the subnet, I got to have my two subnets. Even though I got to have my address space like 24, I've just utilized only 2. All right, whenever I want to add it, I can go and do that. That's obviously fine. I will try to show you. And the name, the tags, I have just given as my, I have just given vent. Okay, my vnet 9 a.m. That is what it should be named, and the value should be my vnet. And let me come here. And it is asking for the bash because I haven't been enabled this one. And see here, Ddos Production, a basic. Even though I would go for my security. See here, I have disabled here. This is what a standard, and a basic production is gonna be giving to you. Ddos Production plan basic. All right, the firewall is also disabled here. You are going to get a basic production will be given to you. And why I have choose the vnet here is, it is gonna give me choosing in order to easily identify the stuff, I can just go and give a nickname. And you know about the tags, right? Like in your Instagram or wherever you used to have the tags, likewise the same. You can use the tags to easily find out the things which is related to what. That is what you can use the tags. I will let you know. Yeah. Any doubts, anyone?
No.
Perfect.
Chris, hello, Chris.
Hmm.
I'm confused on how. I mean, how do we decide on IP address? Say if you're,
How to
if you're
decide?
creating a virtual,
Mm-hmm.
can you go to the first thing what you explained? I mean, create. Now, if you're creating a new virtual network, so how do we decide on the IP address? So how do we start using them?
Here,
Yeah,
you can start with.
I mean, how do we start?
How do you start a person? So I didn't get you.
No, how do we decide? Say if you're creating a virtual network, so how can we decide on what IP address to use?
Oh, that is what you're asking. Okay, let me say, like, you are just going to start from the scratch. You gotta have a complete leverage, like whichever you want to have, you can go and use it up here. And as I said, this one, right? We are going to architect with your private IPs. The private IP is unique only within your network. It is unique only within your network. You can obviously go and choose. If you're choosing within a different network, you can use the same IP address. If I'm saying like I want to use my same 192.0.0/24, which I can definitely go and use that out. All right, which can be definitely used that out. And what's the only thing I can't use that here is, see here, if I just use the same IP, well, virtual network peering cannot be done. And I know that I haven't been talked about the peering. On the time I will let you know. All right, it is unique only within your network. You can multiple times, you can just go and give it up the same things once again, once again, and once again. That can be done. It is not at all like that only you should have this thing and that. Got it?
Okay, I got it.
Perfect. Now let me go to my virtual networks and going for my, oh, this is what the one, 9 to 10 a.m. Azure. And see here, this is what the tags coming into picture. That means we can easily identify. Let me say, like, if I want to say, like, for whenever I'm going to create it, I'm saying like I want to have a name to be like this one. If I click on that one, see here, a resource with a tag name which has been relating to this one, which subnet I have been connected. And going forward, I will talk about in the virtual machine. You will be getting to have a clear idea. So now, this is what a tags. You can just give it out a nickname or kind of the stuffs where you can easily identify the stuffs. And here, you got to have the resource group. That is, we have created a new one, and the location, and the subscription ID, and what is the address space, and everything comes into picture. All right, and if you want to view your cost, that is also, you can go and do it up here. Like, it is going to give you the cost analysis. Like, it is what a new feature it has been added up right now. And in Azure, everything will be like, I just have entered to Azure, right? So you're going to see a new stuff will be keep on creating and better. And definitely you should be always be in the updated state. All right, so it is saying like it can't be loaded up because for me, unable to load. Yeah, because for me there will be no cost will be applicable for me, so that's the reason it's not coming up anyhow. And if you want to see in a JSON format, this is what your JSON format it looks like. This is what a new feature. Yeah, and that's what your, if you want to perform the things with your JSON, you can also go down. If you're well and good with your JSON, you can go and do that. And see here the name, that is what, this is what your thing, and what is the provision state succeeded, and the resource GUID, and it is coming up here, and the name, the subnets, the sub1, and succeeded with the address prefix this one, and sub2 and address prefix this one. You can either view in your JSON as well. Cool. And here I'm in my address space. All right, I'm in my address space. I can again go down. If I say like this address space is not all enough for me, I want to increase my address space, definitely I can go and do that. See here, I would go and say like /24. That's it. Again, I got how many two of this address space comes into for me. And again, If you want to keep on adding things, it can be done. All right, I can keep on adding the things like this /24, right? And once it is filled with 0, 1, 2, 3, and it has been filled with the 255, and then I'll be again starting with 192.1.0.0 and again 1, 2, 3, and it's going to be filled up like this. All right, yeah. So now if I want to add the things, I can go and add it here, and that's it. And I need to click on save. And here everything will be notified here, as we have discussed on a notification, right? And everything will be notified here, and it has been successfully saved. And this is what your connected devices. If you want to say like what are the kind of devices you want to see that is associated to your virtual network, that will be shown up here. And here we got to have your subnets, and in the subnets you can see like how many things are available. It is saying like only 59. And whenever you can say like, no, I don't know how to create a subnet and I just really confused with doing the things, I should make it as easy as possible. What you can do here is just click on add subnet. It will just give you the things for you. All right, it is going to give you automatically the address range will be choosing for you, and it's going to give it out for you, where you can just modify the things. If you want to have like 27 or 25 or 24 is not possible, but 25 is possible, like 128 to what 255. That is what your first address space we can give it up. This is what the one. And see here we have you starting with 0 to 63 and 64 to 120. How to go and do that? Just try to click on this one here.